All right, what's up, everybody? It's just me again. Joel is off, so it's just me holding down the fort. As you know, we have Mr. Josh Wilber on the show this week. He was a Bethel sportsman modified driver up there. Now a car owner. So you know the deal, how it works. Questions on the side. You know, whatever pops up, we'll ask Josh. So whatever questions you got for him, he'll see them, he'll answer them. And as everybody knows, he's free speaking, so I'm sure he'll answer anything you got. So without further ado, let's bring him on and let's get started. Josh, welcome to the show, man.
What's up, Gary?
All right. So, yeah, glad to have you on. Thanks for coming on. For the people that don't know who you are, just give them a quick bio before we get going with some questions and stuff.
Well, I'm Josh, 25 years old, from White Sulphur Springs, New York. I've been in racing on and off for about 10 years now. Actually, this year is my 11th season. Third generation driver. My grandfather drove a little bit back in the 80s, and then my dad took over in the late 80s, and he was pretty dominant over at White Lake. So, and then there was a big break. As soon as I was born, he quit racing, and I came of age, and we went over the track, and I bugged him for a race car for at least a couple months and got a Chevy Cavalier and went out racing. So we've come a long way since then, but yeah, that's where it all started.
Oh, so you started out in the four cylinders then?
Yeah, we started out in the four-cylinder novice class over at Bethel Motor Speedway, and at the time, you ask anybody, it was one of the toughest classes over there. We were probably 22, 24 deep every week.
Oh, yeah.
And there were some heavy hitters in there. And we got success pretty early. And we were there for like a year or so. I picked up a couple wins, 3 wins, 4 wins, and went up to 5 Mile Point, ended up going off and winning like 6 in a row, and then we sold it and hopped in an IMCA modified. So
okay.
Yeah, 15 years old, I got my first IMCA.
Damn.
And that was a pretty tough class. It was just when those 4-link Z-bar link setups
Yep.
were coming on, and
Yep.
it had so much adjustability, it just took us out of the sweet. We couldn't find the sweet spot. It was big motor class, no tires. So, but I learned a lot about driving with those, with having such horsepower and no tires.
Yeah, they run on the 8-inch, right?
Yeah, they're running 8-inch G60s, IMCA stamped, hard as a fucking rock. So I don't know if I'm not supposed to curse on here, but yeah, they were junk. But after that, I got back into, like my dad did, do like street stocks and then pro stocks. So we were pretty successful with a full fender car. Went up to 5 Mile. Actually, it was like 2014, 2015. We were doing a lot of traveling. Ran top 5 pretty much everywhere in the southern tier. Just didn't take, a lot of time to get the perfect setup. But 2018, we come out. I got a nitro chassis and started racing the southern tier. Was real successful with that, and then switched it over to the blacktop. Went back to Bethel and ran pro stocks a little bit, and then my neighbor convinced me to get a Sportsman, and I got one, and
yeah,
I'm stuck.
I already know what you're feeling.
Yeah, man, it's.
So what was the deal with all the southern tier stuff? Living down this way, what was your motivation to stay up there and race up there like that?
I I would say the environment, man. I really enjoyed the haul sucked, you know, the ride down 17 is like terrible. But I just like the environment, you know, it was like show up, no nonsense, you know, no driver's meeting, show up with your car, race, and what you brought is what you brought, you know, and I really enjoyed it up there. And then I got my first mod in the fall of 2018. Never drove one before, and we went over to Accord at the end of the year, and they plopped me in with the vintage guys, and I went and did some laps. Ended up winning it, but they wouldn't give me a trophy because and then since then I've been hooked. We rebuilt the car that fall, went up to 5 Mile Point, and brand new, you know, new to me car that I just built. We went out, had to hit the Consi, made the big show, and got into a little tangle. 2 guys wheel hopped in front of me, and he come off the wall and destroyed the car, broke my arm.
Oh, so man.
That was my debut in a Sportsman modified 5 Mile. So, that was a pretty tough deal there. And then my buddy Kevin Smith showed up to my house one day, unrolled the door from the trailer, and he had another Bicknell, the one that I have now, sitting there. It's actually Tommy Vi's old car. I found out later on when he come up to me at the track. He's like, "Man, you got my old car?" He's like, I know for sure because the sign that's on the back of it, I got a little sign that says, "I'm out of my mind. I'll be back in 5 minutes." He's like, "That's nice." He's like, "That's my sign." And he's like, "I was racing in Middletown. I barrel rolled it about 20 times down the backstretch."
Oh, damn.
So, so she's a little bent up, but, I mean, we work with what we got. We're a low-budget team, and, I mean, we just try to make the best of what we got and go fast, you know?
So the Sportsman was short-lived up north then? You didn't race much in the Sportsman in the Southern tier?
No, I ended up doing that, and then we, eventually I ran out of money to rebuild the car because, I mean, everything was destroyed on it. And we had some stuff laying around and ended up getting it pieced together enough to go to Bethel. And it was a tough start there. I mean, there's some super fast dudes that it took me a year to catch up. You know, we were struggling on a motor deal, and it was a little underpowered. And now, I got like the best team, dude. I got a crazy engine builder. Shout out to Brian Wolcott. Dude, him and Steve Walsh just do some crazy stuff to engines. I couldn't be more happy with it.
Yep.
And I just got a really good team, and we've come a long way. And it's been pretty fun over at Bethel, going over there and running with Deckelman and Dockin, the other. Oh,
Dockenhausen, yeah.
Yeah, man, it's he's really the real reason why, like, I was just getting my ass kicked by him and Jerry and Billy, and I don't want to get my ass kicked anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing, like, because Bill Papula, my buddy Bill, raced there. I remember going up there and watching you. You definitely come a long way from what you were back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a few short years. You know what I mean? It wasn't that long.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just my team's go-getters. I mean, when we have a bad night, we have the thing back off in the shop, trying to figure out where we can get more speed out of it. And I mean, I've touched every nut and bolt on the car at least 100 times by now. There's so much to learn with it, and we're learning every week with it, but
it's a whole different aspect too. Right now, I mean, you were the driver. Now you're the car owner, and you get a whole different perspective, right? I mean, from seeing it from the other side of the fence. I mean, because I did it with my car. When I had a Sportsman, I got aggravated. I couldn't make the thing turn. I put Ryan Stortini in it, and it was kind of one of the best things I've done to watch somebody else that's been doing it, and you can pinpoint like, oh wow, that's what I might be doing wrong. Is that what you get out of that?
Dude, I gotta be honest. It's like having someone drive a race car is like letting your wife or your girlfriend go out with one of your buddies.
It's nerve-wracking. I know. I've been there.
Sucks. It sucks. I hate it. It sucks. But
you there?
I got you.
There you go. There you
go. Yeah, no, it's
But I know the feeling. Like I said, I did it. I've been there. It's nerve-wracking. It's a whole different feeling, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, if I had a bad night, I had a bad night. That's, I could blame it on myself. And
yep.
I mean, I still find myself blaming it, because I got Kyle Welsh and Jerry, both of them are great drivers, and now I'm just pushing myself harder to give them a better car,
and Jerry's got to be a book of knowledge up there. I mean, that guy on the, you know what I mean? He's been around doing that, so that great guy to have in your corner for when it is time to go back,
Yeah, I mean, he's got probably years of his life on that track.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and we share a lot of ideas with each other, like, and it's really cool with Jerry because even though he has 30 years of experience, driving race cars, he's still open, and it's a really good matchup. I'm glad. It sucks for him that he blew a motor, but I'm glad due to the circumstances, I was able to step in and pulling off that big win at Danbury Race Night. That was fucking killer, man. I mean, I was a wreck. I couldn't even barely watch the race. I couldn't believe it. And that was like a storybook night, man. If you knew what we went through, crazy stuff that night. I mean, we changed everything that we could have changed on the car. Kyle goes out in the sport mod class, and he was running second and starting to catch Andy, and then he said he backed off because he had a little vibration. Sure enough, we got him over the scales and pulled it over to the pad. I pulled the tranny cover off, and there was 2 bolts broke off in the tranny, and the drive shaft was coming out of the car. So
damn.
And between features, we only had 2 features in between. I don't even know how we had. I mean, dude, I got the best pit crew. I mean, I'm telling you, they got in there, they got it patched up enough, and Jerry went out there and just put laps in and won it, dude. I couldn't believe it.
Now that's an open motor you're running, obviously.
Oh yeah. It's an open motor, 4-barrel.
So up there, I mean, I was up there last week in the sport mod class, and then understand that if they're if you got an open motor, crates are, so there's no specific crate class. Is that what it comes down to?
Okay, so basically how this works, it's a little confusing to me too. I kind of fell into the loophole of those 2 divisions. So basically the sport mod class is where if you don't have more than 3 wins in a modified class or a championship at Bethel, you're eligible to run the sport mod class, which I didn't have 3 wins and I didn't have a championship, so I ended up in that.
Gotcha.
Started racing that, and now we have Kyle in there because he's eligible, and then the dirt mods everyone goes at it. I mean, I truly believe if you're running a modified, there should only be a modified class, but the opportunity was there, so we were running double features and picked up some wins in the sport mods and was damn close in the mods. So, but I'm looking forward to see what the future holds, and
that's what I mean. You were there, and then I follow all your Facebook posts. You switched the whole car over from asphalt, took it to the dirt for what, 1 week? Is that? I mean, it didn't seem like it was very long. Like that had to be time consuming and expensive to switch over. You know what I mean? For such a short process, what went into that?
What didn't go into it, man? I mean, whoever says that the dirt setup is good for the blacktop, go back and do your homework. I mean, it's two different ball games. I mean, the dirt cars, especially in the southern tier, they slick off. They're a dry slick, and I mean, the torsion rack's so bent in the car. I was trying to put bars in it, and it wouldn't even go. So
Wow.
we went up there, ran right side stuff, and I mean, if the conditions on the track were a little bit tackier, I think we could have definitely ran with those guys motor wise. But with these left side suspensions, I mean, it's tough on them dry slicks
Right.
to just get the forward bite that you need. So.
Right.
I mean, I honestly just ran out of money for the between the shocks, the left side provisions, and tires. I mean, we were looking at like a $4,500 bill, but I still have all my dirt stuff. We're looking at hopefully building another car, and I'd like to venture off and do some racing here somewhere else. So.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. I mean, you did a short-lived up there. Now, what was your plan if Jerry didn't blow the motor up? He would have had his own ride. Where were you heading in that direction? What was your plans on? What was you planning on doing?
Oh,
was you going to run the dirt yourself? I mean, is that what the plan was until this all came apart?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I would have just kept plugging away. But Jerry's been the first guy always to come up to me and give me advice, or tell me that I'm fucking up, or if I need a part, Jerry was there always. So I mean, it's hard to see a guy blow up in flames and then know that. I mean, we don't have money like that. He doesn't have a fresh bullet to go and put in the car and go running again next week.
Right.
So we spend all winter, our savings to go and get a motor together when it blows up. I mean, he was done for the year. So I mean, I got to step up and be the guy that I am and just let him do what he has, and it was great, man. He was on a little bit of a drought, I think, for like a couple years. Hops in the car first time and puts on a clinic. It was killer. It was a once in a lifetime experience, and I mean, no one likes winning. I mean, everyone loves winning. No one. It's oh man, it was great, man.
I get it. And obviously, Jeremy said, do you see yourself going back to a dirt track to race? Obviously, you just answered that question. You're kind of plugging at it.
Yeah, man. I mean, if the funding's right, we're up to 3 pro stocks and a modified now, So all the pro stocks are going to be pretty much set for Bethel. And the mod that we have now is going to probably stay on the blacktop. But I have another chassis that I'm really starting to pick at and maybe start getting built and get racing myself, because it's killing me not being in the seat.
Yeah, it's tough. Now you say you got 3 pro stocks. Who's racing them?
Partner of mine, John Veldy. He's got a number 17. We call them the farm cars because, I mean, obviously we're building them at the farm. And he had pretty good success with that. We picked up a win so far on the limited schedule over at Bethel. And his son, John Jr., he's, I think, 14 now. And they got him a pro stock, so we're getting that put together for him. And my engine builder, Brian, just got a car. So we're going to have a whole fleet of them going.
Shit, okay. Yeah, so you got your hands full then.
Oh, yeah.
And now, I guess the $1 million question, there's no chance, no hopes of you getting black on the blacktop? Is that out?
I mean, I'm ready tomorrow. I'm ready to race. I'm a racer. I talked it over, I felt like, with most of the drivers, and they were pretty cool with me getting back in the car and racing against them. Just kind of waiting on the officials. I mean, I hear rumors maybe next year, maybe they might let me go for the fall series after the points are over.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to get too much into it.
No, I got you.
But, I mean, I'm ready to race, and
So you're ready and willing. If the call came down and you would be there Saturday night, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, man. That car's like it's like a child to me. I'm so comfortable in it, you know. But I mean we're not gonna stop working with Jerry no matter what. We're gonna get him back out there. You know, he's got to ride until we figure out a motor deal for him. And I think we're gonna, regardless who's in the car. I mean, with Jerry winning it first time in it, it says a lot about the chassis guys I have on my team. We got so many good resources. I mean, I think if you put someone that can wheel the car, I mean, we're gonna pluck off wins. The wins are gonna just come, and I mean, it's been a great year so far. I mean, we showed up with speed right off the bat, and I think that made it easier for over there. And like you said, I mean, there's a couple guys over there when Dockenhausen shows up, man. You run second to him, it's a win to most people. And when you can win, I mean, it says a lot, you know. So we're gonna keep pushing forward, and
it seems like that class is pretty much wide open, though. Without Eddie racing there full time, that class is pretty much wide open this year, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, I want to tell like anybody that's got a Sportsman modified 358 big block, I don't care what you got in it, you can come up, race. There's no body rules, there's no engine rules. You got to just weigh a certain weight. So I mean, this is what everyone loved back in the 80s. You know, there's some ingenuity in there. You can chop up one of these cars and go racing with it. There's no dirt rule sanctions. You know, you can show up with what you got: big block, small block, crate. And I mean, you know, Deckelman over there runs a crate motor. He runs up front, wins races. You know, Eddie's got a Billy the Kid small block. He wins races. We got what we got. We win races. There's so many different combinations, and I think the competition, if you could just get past that little bit of a barrier of trying to figure out how to make the cars work on the blacktop, which is, I mean, it's tough. They're dirt cars. They weren't really made purposely for that. Except for, I mean, some guys got like PMCs and stuff like that, but it's definitely doable, and I encourage everyone to show up and at least give it a try. I mean, and I'm willing to help anybody out with getting headed in the right direction, because, I mean, even if you got a 15, 18 car field out there, I mean, that's a pretty good field for that track.
Absolutely.
It's good racing, man.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you that. I was going to ask you this question too. Like, what's your opinion? Like, what do you think? I asked Joe North that he races there. Just curious on your input on why these guys don't come to Bethel though. Why don't they give it a try? It's not, like I said last week, it's not a lack of effort, because Bethel puts in a lot of effort in promoting and putting up money. And it just don't seem like they get any support from guys. Even when, say, Orange County is off or other tracks are off, they still don't get cars. Well, I don't understand that. What do you think would be the reason for that?
I mean, I think it's maybe the switch. I mean, a lot of dirt guys went for that Deo show. Not as much as what they were expecting, but I mean, you saw those dudes had a tough time getting around that place, except for tough. But I'm not really sure. I don't have the answer for that question. It's a great place. There's good racing, and then if you do end up in a tangle, you're not destroying a car. You're gonna bend a radius rod, maybe an axle if it's a bad one. You're not replacing a chassis like you are if it's Fulton or Fonda, and you smack the wall out of, you know what I mean? And the laps that they put up, I mean, if you want to go to a place and drive a race car, Bethel puts up more laps than anybody. I mean, you go out there, you got at least 10 laps of hot lap, you got 10 lap heats, and then you got 25. I mean, I don't know how many features we already had this year that were 40, 50 laps until this tire shortage. I mean, I don't know about you. I'm a race car driver. I like driving my car.
Oh, yeah. That's me. When I had the Sportsman, I would race everywhere. And I even took it. I sucked, But I tried it on Bethel, you know what I mean? It was tough, but I went there to support the place, you know? It's a local racetrack. I was there. I'd done it quite a few times. Street stock and sportsman, you know what I mean? It's tough, but I went all over the place. That's how I was. I just like traveling, you know, kind of like you, going up to the Southern Tiers. I like getting around, seeing different racetracks and experiencing that stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, dude. I mean, the people that you meet at racetracks.
Yes.
I have so many people that I've met at a racetrack, and now we have relationships outside of racing.
That's a fact, yeah.
And I mean, it's like a huge family, man. I mean, as much as we hate each other sometimes because of a racing deal or, you know, discrepancies, it's part of it. But I mean, when someone's down and out, I mean, the real racers step up and they do what they got to do to help people out, man. It's a really cool deal.
Yeah. And Bud, obviously you know who Bud is. Yeah, he says you're doing something right. What changed? What was the click? What changed in the car? Any ideas?
Man, it was just.
I mean, because you've had your struggles there.
I would say it was just sitting down over winter and really thinking about, you know, what we were looking for out of the car and just trying to find that. I mean, the track is tight little corners and 2 little drag strips, you know, so you got to be able to manage that. I mean, motor is, for some divisions, you can get away with running, you know, not a ton of motor, you know, like a momentum class, but with the mods, I mean, you got 28 inches of tire, so we try to put as much power as we can to it and, you know, manage the turns the best that you can. There's a lot to it, but it's simple geometry, you know. It's if you just look at something and understand how it works, it makes it a lot easier. Like I said, it was a little bit of a struggle taking off, and I mean, from the first setup that we had the first time we went out, and now is not even comparable. There's a lot that you can do to them to get them lowered and sucked to the track because these cars just got so much body roll and so much drive. You're trying to backpedal it, but yeah, at the same time, you're trying to put the motor down. So it's finding that balance. I mean, right now we're messing with like a lot of aero stuff, sail panels, no sail panels, one sail panel. And like I said, I mean, Bethel's open. You can do what you want. There's a lot of ways to make advantages and disadvantages. And
Now, speaking of sail panels, I mean, obviously on dirt it makes a huge difference. How about the asphalt?
Yeah, man, it tightens the car up a lot.
Yep.
Like we were pulling wheelies with sail panels and we know with the windows, it's a huge difference. I think with a little more tuning, I think I'm gonna end up putting the sail panels back on. I like how the car, especially on dirt, I mean, you throw those things on and it makes them feel so stable.
Exactly. Yeah, that was my first impression when I put them on too.
Yeah, you go to like lay it in the corner and it just it doesn't roll up. It's just hanging, you know what I mean? And, I like that, and I mean, and I'm really looking forward to, you know, possibly going back up to dirt racing because, I mean, I'm a dry slick driver, you know, with the right equipment. I like being on, you know, having a tennis ball under your gas pedal type of racing, you know. Any cowboy track I've done terrible at, you know. Any track that you can be wide open around, I just suck at. But as soon as it slicks over, you guarantee I'm in the mix.
Well, that's, you know, that then it becomes finesse, you know. There's a lot more finesse.
Yeah, old man's track.
Yeah, it's a fact too. It really is.
Amen.
This is your buddy. This is your friend here now. He's calling you a bullshit.
Yeah, go smooch a pickle, just Big John.
Now, speaking of John, that guy, he been around a long time. I remember John way back in the Orange County days in the pro stock. That's why when I saw, I actually seen on the thing that he was racing at Bethel. I was like, holy cow! That kind of like took me back a little bit.
Yeah, man, that was my doing. You know, the first time I met that fucking guy, he's harassing me, asking me all these questions about this pro stock I had, because I think he was seeing if I was bullshitting, if I knew about racing or not. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And then about, I don't know, a year after that, we got talking again, and you know, his son was over at Accord in the rookie class with the Sportsmans, and I was over there helping him out. Took the car out a couple times, and we're just really good friends, man. He's funny, and
yeah,
we get along, and sometimes we disagree a little bit, but he's a cool dude, man. I'm glad that, you know, I'm more than happy to have him on the team. Those guys have stayed up. I mean, endless nights, you know, helping me with my car. I'm helping them with them, so. You know, it's a team sport over here, and it's working out good.
That's important too. When you got to have guys in your corner, you know what I mean. It's tough. I've been to the racetrack. It's just me and my brother. You know, you got to have the right help, you know, behind you, or else it just doesn't work.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I think it works so good because all of us have, you know, the same goal, but we have different ideas about how to move forward. And I mean, all my dudes are go-getters. I mean, we buckle down and do what we have to do. We got a serious maintenance program, and I mean, we just do what we can to go fast. I mean, the same goal every week is to get all the cars, I mean, in victory lane, park them. So, I mean, that's what we're doing.
And that's the thing, Jerry, you know, with all his knowledge on there, he's open to all that, you know, taking that in and taking advice, or is he like the setup guy, or like you said, is it a whole complete thing when it comes to setting the car up?
Yeah, I mean, Jerry comes to the shop, and you know, we scale the car together, and he tells me, especially, you know, when he gets off the track, what he's looking for. And I mean, unfortunately, we kind of use Kyle as like a guinea pig, you know, but
right.
But Kyle does great, man. I was so impressed with him. He's super smooth driver, and I see him picking one up before the year's over for sure.
He seems like he's pretty smooth in that thing.
Yeah, man, it's more horsepower than he's ever had. I can guarantee that.
Yeah. That's cool.
He had to change his fucking underwear when he got out of that thing, man.
It's a whole different feeling, man. It's the first time you hit that. I mean, you hit that corner and that thing just lays over. Your first impression, first time ever, is like, yo, this thing's gonna flip over.
Yeah, man.
I know that was my first impression, first corner. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking for the first time them dudes hopped in the car. They just gave me like great feedback, and I couldn't believe it. They're like,
"That's awesome.
Yeah, this thing feels great." I'm like, "Well, all right, let's go and try to win this fucking thing."
Yeah, right. Yeah, man.
But there's a lot of racing left. I'm looking forward to as soon as the weather starts cooling down. I hate summer racing. I like it when it's like 40 degrees. You know, the motors start really huffing.
Autumn, yeah.
Yeah, man.
And we were talking last week with Joe on here about the same thing about the track. How, I wouldn't think it would be that dramatic, like of a change when it's hot to cool. You know what I'm saying? The changes are dramatic like that.
Oh yeah, definitely. When the sun's out, I mean the track's super greasy. And I mean, you see some guys, they go out for hot laps. You see them come in, they start twisting on stuff. We usually try not to judge anything by hot laps, just by, you know, it's middle of the day, and the track tightens up really good. Last week, there wasn't any rubber at all on it. And I've noticed in the last 3 or 4 years, the sealing on the blacktop's really just gone away. It's kind of like marbly.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, lap times have been getting a little bit slower, but I mean, on a good night, if it takes rubber, man, you can pretty much go anywhere on that track and make it work.
Yeah, and that was always my like, I don't know if it's a complaint, but my thing is the top side of that place. Some people are like, oh, you can make it work. Honestly, I don't know if I've ever seen it really work to anyone's advantage. Middle to top, you know what I'm saying? The bottom just seems like, man, you get on the bottom, you're fat. If somebody gets just a one lane higher, and it just seems they got nothing and just go backwards.
Yeah, I mean, what people don't realize, the weird thing about that track is that there's no corner the same. 1 and 2 is more banked and like tighter than, and 3 and 4 is flat as hell and way wider.
Yep.
And you know, some people are like hot. You know, they're real good in 1, 2, and 3 and 4. They're, you know, not so good. I mean, I've made the top side work when the car is a little freed up, and I would say it's not an advantage to run the top side there.
Oh yeah, no.
You know what I mean? If the cars are on the bottom, and I mean, you don't want to run second and you want to pass for the lead, you're gonna go put it on the top side.
So you're try it, yeah.
At least try it. You know what I mean?
I tried that, and before they moved the wall out, and that wall seemed to come up on you very quickly when you were up there, and I stunk it off that wall once or twice, especially coming out of 3 and 4. That wall, they moved it out now, right? I think I saw that they moved it.
Yeah. They pushed it back, like, I don't know, maybe like 2-3 foot, but it made a big difference.
Oh yeah, that's what I haven't raced on it obviously since that, but before that, man, I know that wall got come up on you really quick coming out of that corner.
Yeah, I've took some quarter panels out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man, that ain't no joke.
But like I said, I mean, it's a really cool place. It's only about 10 minutes from my house, so
that's what makes it even better.
And I'm expecting a little boy here in the next couple weeks to be born, so I've been just kind of hanging tight close to home instead of going upstate and going racing and getting a phone call. I gotta head back. So, but like I said, Jerry's got the ride for now, and I'm looking to do great things with him. He really drives the hell out of that car, and I'm more than impressed with him.
Oh yeah, he'll definitely give all that car's worth, no doubt about that.
Yeah, he's just so good with feedback. I mean,
and that's important, even for you. You know, maybe not this year, but you know, when the call and you can go back racing next year, that's only going to help you in the future. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. He's just like a book of knowledge, you know. So I'm gonna take everything that I'm learning from. I take a little bit of everything from everyone, and I think that's why we've been so successful, because there's a lot of great ideas out there, and then you just gotta, you know, pick through them, see what works best for you. And
like you said in the beginning, his driving style is way different than what your driving style is too. You know.
Yeah, man, he hangs it out there. You know, he's not scared of the loud pedal for sure, and you know, we just gotta tighten the car up a little bit for him, get him a little more drive, and you're gonna watch that guy definitely win some more races this year. Yeah,
that's cool. It's cool that, you know, to have people like you step up and help like that. You know, you don't get many people like that. Give somebody that opportunity. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I got so many people on this mod deal. I mean, I got so many great sponsors. Actually, I'll acknowledge them real quick. Yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead right now.
I got to thank my parents at Run and W Farms. I got to thank Al and Marcy at Al Cycle Solutions, Wolcott Performance Engines, Beauty by Barb, Shears to You Salon, Bicknell Racing Products. I mean, without all them, I mean, this definitely would not even be on the track this year. Got great supporters. They're really a big part of this, and it's really cool to have. I mean, after even the whole situation of getting suspended, how many people stepped up and you know, had my back on that. It feels like, you know, maybe I was doing the right thing and racing hard, and it is what it is, you know. But I mean, we took the situation and made the best out of it, I think, and that's it, man.
Yeah. So this is Joel's question. He asks everybody that comes on. Since he's not here, I'll ask it. Of any race that you are able to win besides Daytona 500, where are you at on that? What would be the race you'd want to win?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I think I'd like to do Gateway. I'd like to win the Gateway Dirt Nationals there.
Okay.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. A little bunch of late models and a go-kart track. That's right up my alley.
There you go. Yeah. All right. That's different. We ain't heard that one, but yeah, you're right. That's different.
Yeah,
because that is a tight racetrack for them late models.
Yeah, man.
That is unbelievable. They even stick them on that thing.
Yeah, it gets cratered up and dudes are flipping over. And
it's unreal. Yeah, it's fun to watch. You a late model guy? You like watching late models?
I mean, honestly, if we had late models, I'd be in one.
They're
a cool car, man, and fast as hell.
Yeah, that's me. I love late. I'm glad they're coming back to Orange County this year too. I'll definitely be there for that. Watch that.
Definitely.
They're cool.
I mean, I almost got into at one point. I almost traded the mod for a wingless sprint. I was gonna try that out.
There you go.
And,
that's a whole different nature of beast.
Yeah, I was ready for it, but my family didn't like the idea of it too much. But
yeah. Yeah, those things are pretty wicked.
Yeah, I'd have one definitely barrel rolled by now for sure.
There you go. Shit. So plan wise, so you're just looking to finish out the year at Bethel then? I mean, obviously you're not going to get nothing together for yourself, 'cause for people that are wondering if you're going to get back in the seat at all this year.
Yeah, I mean, if Bethel allows me, I'll be back there. If not, I mean, I'm looking to get this other car built, starting on it. Probably make a couple shows by the end of the year. So.
Oh, okay.
It all depends on just how everything flows. Like I said, I got a new addition to the family on its way. So.
That might slow you down just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I got a 3-year-old now, and he's already a handful. So
yeah.
I can imagine with 2. But I'm in trouble, big trouble.
It's fun. It's worth it, though.
Yeah, man.
It's great stuff. But hey, man, thanks for coming on. It was good talking to you, man.
Okay, no problem, man.
It was cool.
Yeah, super stoked about the show, man. It's a really cool show that you guys got going on, and and hearing about racing, local.
So that's cool. It. We just get people on. It just started out as a joke, really, and then it just kind of took off, and here we are.
Hell yeah, man.
It's working though. People watch it, people like it, so we just keep on doing it and getting different drivers on. So.
Sweet, man. Yeah, keep up the good work, and I'll be talking to you.
All right, man. Take care. All right. Good talking there with Josh Wilber. Well, I guess he wasn't as bad. As I was getting messages, and people were a little concerned, not sure what to expect or take from Josh, but I think he handled himself very well. There was no negativity, no bashing, so worked out. Really good show. And thanks, Josh, for that. Now, what we're going to do real quick, we're going to do a randomizer here at Court Speedway this Friday night. Double features for the modifieds. So here at Northeast Racing Happy Hour, we are going to do what we did a few weeks ago. Dave Gerard won free admission and fuel. This past week at Bethel, Emerson Cargain got his admission and fuel paid. And this week we are doing it strictly for the modifieds at Accord. So I got all the guys' names that have been racing Accord. Got them all in the randomizer here. So, again, it's double features for them guys to Friday night. So I'm going to randomize this thing 5 times. Let's see, put it up whole. I'm going to randomize it 5 times, and whoever's name is at the top of the list after number 5 will be the winner. So there you go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So whoever's name is at the top after this roll is the winner, and that is Jimmy Wells. So Jammin' Jimmy Wells. I'm not. I don't know if he has a Facebook page, or somebody can put me in contact with him just to let him know. If not, I'll be at Accord anyway. But congratulations, Jimmy Wells. Your admission to Accord will be paid this week, and 5 gallons of racing fuel as well to help you out this week. Double features at Accord. Also, we just want to give a shout out to also we got TGI merch. Just do some housekeeping. Joel usually does this in the beginning, but TGI merch. He gave us the shirts and the banner. Andy Crane, ABC Design. He does all our promo pictures and stuff like that. Also, a quick little no pics want to go. All right. Well, that was. Well, you saw the picture. If you didn't hear what I said, we want to congratulate Braxton Dembeck on that win. As I said, the kid has had tough luck. Anybody that's followed him knows that he had the arm issue. Actually raced in the cast, and he picked up the win last Saturday at Hamlin Speedway, which is awesome. I'm glad to see that for that youngster. He was a guest on the show. Great kid, great family. So we just want to give a shout out to him. I didn't know that there was no audio, but everybody got to see the picture anyway. Now you hear what I said. And the same thing with the Unruly race. September 12th. Again, the CRSA sprint cars are there that night. I'm not sure if they're gonna be broadcasting that. Maybe Nate can help me out with that. if they're going to have some kind of flow racing or some kind of live stream for that event, but it sounds like it's turning into a cool event. And as I said, I believe Joel Mearns is going up there, as he talked about. He's putting the car together for that. Okay, Nate, Dirt Track DTD TV is going to broadcast that race, so that's a cool deal for that. As everybody knows, they do a great job with all their live streaming stuff. So yeah, September 12th is that race at Thunder Mountain, which Thunder Mountain is a cool racetrack anyway. So and it's only 3 rules: weight limit, tires, and the car's got to be safe. That's it. Pretty simple stuff. And so I'm hearing, he may have a few good drivers there, maybe some modified guys going up there to race something. So hopefully we can. Hopefully that's a success for him. And as I said, we're going to start pushing it and promoting it here, just to help him out. He helps us out. He makes the the banners for us, the shirts. So we'll help Nate out in promoting that. And the randomizer, I don't know if that went off when I put the that up there, but Jimmy Wells was the winner of that. And if anybody has any contact for him, I don't know if he's got Facebook or whatever, but either way, I'll see him Friday. And also Saturday at Bethel is bike night. Bikers get in for free if they come there with the bike, and also the kids big wheel races. We are sponsoring the trophies for the kids for Bethel. So Northeast Happy Hour will be providing the trophies for the youngsters up there. Like I said, I've always said I love seeing kids involved in racing. That's why I was glad to see Braxton, former guest on the show, pick up a win. That's awesome. I'm sure there's many more in his future. And Saturday also at Middletown is Full Fender Nostalgia Night for the street stocks, the Marky Travis Memorial Race. That's always a good deal for them. That's always a good race. No modifieds or nothing like that. I think it's just all full fender stuff. Maybe the old timer modifieds are there. Yes, but I'll be at Bethel again on Saturday for that. I'll be there. I think we're gonna ride the motorcycle up for that one. But that's going to do it for tonight. Again, thank Josh Wilber for coming on the show. Next Monday night, looks like we are going to have Showtime Danny Tyler on the show. Accord Speedway modified driver. Doing very well up at Accord this year. Him, Danny Creed, and Jimmy Wells, them guys have been on point up there. If you haven't been to Accord yet this year, racing has been pretty phenomenal up there. Racing has been really good. And again, double features this week for that class, and Jimmy Wells is the winner. We'll be doing more giveaways and stuff like that for drivers, just to help them out. But that's going to do it for now. And again, next Monday night, Showtime Danny Tyler is on. We might have another guest on. I'm not sure if they can commit, but that's who we got for right now. And until next week, that's where we're at. And I'll post up the videos. I still got more drone videos from Bethel. Damn Spectrum Internet. You pay all this money for internet that works half of the time. So I got that. So I'm going to be posting up the rest of the drone videos. I got modifieds. I got the BMS mods. So I got some pretty cool videos, pretty cool drone shots and stuff like that. I did find the drone, Joe. I wound up finding the video of it. So luckily I got that. So I'll be posting them videos up for you Bethel guys. Again, it's a pretty cool video, especially over there in the corner. Picked up pretty good. So I'll be posting that. And that's all I got for this week. Hopefully we'll have Joel back next week. I haven't heard, so hopefully he'll be back next week to help us out. So until next week, support your local racetracks. You know the deal. Everybody, take care. Be safe.